With all this concern and worry for the offensive line, Elijah Vera Tucker's name comes back up again. Is moving him to tackle actually an option for the New York Jets? What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Talking Jets with Tigo. My name is Tigo, and today we're going to be talking about Elijah Vera Tucker and the possible move to the offensive tackle position. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Does this actually help the New York Jets offensive line situation? And in what ways does it help? And what ways does it not help? And then at the end, I'm going to give you my opinion on what the New York Jets should do about the situation. So let's just jump right into it. Let's not waste any time. Elijah Vera Tucker is the Swiss Army knife that every single football GM, head coach, offensive coordinator, offensive line coach wishes that they had. The kid just eats, breathes, sleeps, poops, injects straight into his veins, only watches, only reads football, and that's exactly what you want. And to have a player that can legitimately play 4 positions across the offensive line is a big deal. Not very many football teams have that. So why is there such hesitancy from the New York Jets offensive coaching staff and head coach to move him to tackle? Well, it's actually pretty simple. The situation and the reality of Elijah Vera Tucker is that when he plays at guard, he is an all-pro level guard. We saw that last year from him. And what we were getting from him before having to move him around because we were decimated with injuries. Elijah Vera Tucker at guard is arguably one of the best guards in all of football. And the reason for that is not just his ability in the pass protection, which he absolutely excels in, but more importantly, it's his ability in the run game. One of the reasons that makes Elijah Vera Tucker so dang special is his ability to pull, get out in space, and run with the best of them as a lead blocker. The New York Jets run an outside zone run scheme, which means that you run the ball outside and then the running back cuts it back inside. Well, one of the ways that defenses can stop that is by loading up the middle of the box, right? Putting a nose tackle and 2-3 techs and saying, hey, every single gap here in the middle is going to be covered. There's not going to be a cutback lane. Well, how did the Jets and how does a West Coast offense address that kind of concern? Well, it's by pulling centers and by pulling guards. And this is where Elijah Vera Tucker is absolutely special. And there's no other way to talk about it. When you get Elijah Vera Tucker moving across the offensive line, moving into space, getting to the second level, he is absolutely magnificent. It's magic watching this guy move in space. In a side note, it's one of the reasons that the New York Jets went with Joe Tippmann over John Michael Schmitz, someone who was considered the #1 center in the draft. It's because Joe Tippmann has that same special trait in space when being pulled, and it's something that we're going to be very, very used to for years to come. And that's the reality of what Elijah Vera Tucker can provide at the offensive guard position. It's absolutely high level of play and magic when asked to move in the run game. Now, when you move Elijah Vera Tucker to the offensive tackle position, you take away his ability to be magical. You take away his ability to be special because you don't pull tackles. In the run game, he's just another guy. In the pass protection, he's good, but you take away his ability to be special. And so the question that you have to ask yourself, and the question that the New York Jets offensive coaching staff, the offensive line coach, and more importantly, Robert Saleh are going to have to ask themselves, is Elijah Vera Tucker being able to be special, being able to, on any given run play, break it for a home run with the absolute magic that is his athleticism in open space? Is losing that, because none of the guards that we have that would take Elijah Vera Tucker's spot have that same level of ability as Elijah Vera Tucker, is losing that worth solidifying the offensive line? I don't know. In my opinion, I think that the New York Jets should do everything in their power to keep Elijah Vera Tucker at guard. And Dennis Waszak, writer for AP, made a perfect comment regarding this. The link to his tweet will be in the description below if you want to give him a follow and to see the tweet that I'm referencing. But to quote it, he says, Robert Saleh doesn't say anything without purpose. Those comments about possibly moving Elijah Vera Tucker to offensive tackle were a signal to the guys working at offensive tackle to step it up and to step it up quickly. The Jets 100% want Elijah Vera Tucker to stick at right guard. They need someone to show they can be relied on at right tackle, or else protecting number 8 is the number one priority. And that is all absolutely true. I absolutely think that the plan for the New York Jets is that Max Mitchell will be the starting right tackle for this football team. But if we're going to continue to get performances like the Hall of Fame game for Max Mitchell, even though he is my adopted stepson for the New York Jets, and I love Max Mitchell, we cannot, in such an important year, rely on Max Mitchell if that's the performance that we're going to see. I think this kid has a ton of potential and absolutely can be the right tackle for this team for the future, but he needs to show us that he can do that sooner rather than later, and I really hope that he does that because I want to see magic from Elijah Vera Tucker, not just him being a guy. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think Elijah Vera Tucker is magical in space when running as a guard like I do? Do you think that the New York Jets should just say, throw all caution to the wind, say, forget about Elijah Vera Tucker's magic, let's just protect the quarterback, even if it loses some ability in the run game and all that stuff? Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. And last but not least, go Jets.